Hello everyone and welcome back. I have started this channel in order to help graduate students being more successful, alleviate some of the potential problems that may arise in their graduate studies, and also try to prevent some of the stress associated with it. So in this video, I want to address one question that I've seen many students asking themselves. And the question is, am I ready to graduate? Some students do not really know if maybe they should publish one more paper or they should have some more results, or instead they are ready and they can just wrap the thesis up and submit it. So in this video, I want to provide a different angle to answer this question, and not just evaluating someone's achievements, but evaluating the achievement with respect to their future goals. So I'm going to identify several levels of expectations, from the least expectation to the highest expectation. So make sure that you stick until the end in order to find out exactly where you're gonna fit in this scale. Before we start, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. More than 80% of the people who watch these videos are not subscribed, and subscribing and liking the video will help spread this content even further and thus helping more students. Also, if you're a student, I would love to hear your opinion about how you go about answering the question if you are ready to graduate or not. And if you're an advisor, also what is your experience advising students in order to answer this question. And also, please let me know what are some topics that you'd like me to cover in the future videos, all in the comment below. Thank you very much, and let's start. So the lowest level of expectations is what I call the bare minimum. So just meet the minimum requirements for your graduate program in order to graduate. So some people that may target this type of goals are those that, for example, already have a job, they are working, and they just want to get their PhD degree in order to advance in their career. Or maybe some people that have a job lined up right after they finish their PhD, and all they need is just the title, regardless of the specific results that they have achieved during their PhD. So my suggestions for these situations is, first off, to talk to the director of graduate studies and find out what are the minimum requirements in order to graduate in your program. Some program may require some level of publications. Some other program maybe would just require the thesis to contain sufficient results. Then also you may want to target venues where it's easier to publish. And examples for this could be workshops, it could be conferences that have work in progress or short papers, which are much easier to get accepted versus, for example, top conferences or top journals where the process could be much longer and rejection is much more likely. Another suggestion that I have, however, is to talk clearly with your advisor about the goals that you have, because us as advisor, we invest time, we invest money, and we invest effort to have you successful in your PhD degree. So we really need to know at the beginning if these are your type of goals, and in general, what are your goals for your graduation before we start working together and then adjust over time based on these goals. So the second level of expectation, which is slightly higher, is for those people that want to go to industry. So students that want to access better jobs that are reserved to graduate students that achieve, for example, a PhD degree, and also they want to further their education in order to have access to certain specialization that they wouldn't have access otherwise. But in general, for people that do not have any interest in pursuing an academic career. So my suggestion in this case is, first off, work during your graduate studies on a problem which is related to what you want to do next in your industry job. And also find an advisor that is an expert in those topics. Also, another important suggestion is to do internships, because through internships you get connections, you get hands-on experience, and also you may even get a job offer even before you graduate. In terms of publications, I also suggest you to target publication venues which are slightly easier to publish. Maybe you can target medium-tier conferences which have a higher acceptance rate, that are still relatively prestigious, so they would result in a good CV, but not necessarily as hard to publish as the top-tier conference which has an acceptance rates in the single digits. The next level of expectation are for those students that want to become teaching faculty. So in this case, you need to have a PhD degree in order to access a teaching job at the university, but not necessarily you need a stellar record of publications. So of course, the sooner you realize this, the better it is, because you can talk to your advisor in order to achieve these goals. And some of suggestions that I would provide in this case is, first off, you need some years of experience as a teaching assistant. Additionally, you may also do several guest lectures for your advisors or for other faculty in order to build a better teaching profile. Also, you should advise undergraduate students and work with them, and also try to develop a teaching philosophy that you are connecting with your teaching experience straight in class. In terms of publications, also in this case, I would suggest to target medium venues, medium-tier conferences, and medium-tier journals where it's relatively easier to publish rather than top conference that would not really matter too much as you apply for a teaching job. The next level is for students that want to do a postdoc after graduation. So I suggest to all my students that want to do an academic career to go through a postdoc experience for a few years, because this will allow you to work with different advisors, have more publications, and also expand your expertise by working on different topics. So if you want to do this, my suggestion is that here, first off, the quality and quantity of publication matters. So you should have some publications in top venues, both in terms of conferences and journals. And so it may be worth waiting some more months or maybe one more year before graduating from your PhD in order to have a better research profile that will give you access to better postdoc position in the future. You should also work with undergraduate students and potentially also with new graduate students in order to provide advising to them, which is basically what you're going to do as a postdoc as you join someone's lab. Another suggestion is that as you go to conferences to present your paper, make sure to make connections, because those people that you are going to meet are probably those that one day can actually offer you a postdoc position. And then finally start applying to postdoc positions even before you graduate, because you never know when a postdoc position becomes available, because postdoc positions are connected to grants and they're not connected to some sort of hiring cycle that repeats over time. So if you have a good opportunity and you start having a decent CV before you graduate, maybe you can add to your CV some of your publications that you are expecting to have that are submitted but not published yet, or maybe they're still under review, so that whoever is reviewing your CV will have an idea that you actually are going to have a good, very good CV by the time you graduate. And finally, here we are at the highest level of expectations. And this is for those students that want to go straight from PhD to become a research faculty. And this is challenging because as a research faculty, you are expected to excel in research, so publish several good papers, also attract research funding, teach and develop your own classes, advise graduate students, and in 2 words, you just need to be independent. In this case, you need a high quality and diversified publication record. So here, quantity and quality both matters. You need to publish several papers in top publication venues. So for example, top conferences and top journals. So my suggestion is to discuss this with your advisor and make it clear from the beginning so you can actually start targeting these venues as soon as possible, because at the beginning of your PhD is exactly the time when you can handle rejections, because you have time, and so you can always improve a paper and resubmit it, while if you are very close to graduation, if you need to resubmit a paper, then that may imply 6 more months or even 1 more year being in the PhD program rather than moving forward and get your faculty position. You need to have also a well-rounded CV that includes some teaching experience, for example, doing guest lectures or maybe being a TA for 1 or 2 semesters. Also some experience writing grants. So if you can help your advisor writing a part of a proposal or maybe make a proposal together based on your PhD thesis, that would be great. You should also ask to read some potential proposals, and sometimes maybe try also to get some connections with funding agency and see if you can attend some of their workshops in order to gain some experience. And also finally, you also need experience mentoring. So you need to be able to mentor graduate students that are new and also undergraduate students and work with them, because this is also a big part of what you're going to do as a faculty in the future. So I hope that you find this video useful. Please let me know your experience in the comment below. Thank you very much and see you next time.